Hello everyone, welcome back to the Topical Hour. Today we're going to be reviewing the Batman Arkham series in our new rapid review style. Alright, I'm just going to jump right in and say that Batman Arkham Asylum is better than any of the other Arkham games. I'm not going to waste any time giving this game a number rating. It's easily a 10 out of 10, and that's not something I say lightly. I'm going to give a spoiler warning now just in case anyone hasn't played the game. It's a 10. Go play it if you like superhero games. Okay. Not gonna wait any longer for the spoiler warning. Here we go. The thing that makes this game so good is the fact that it really doesn't even try to take itself seriously. I mean, yeah, a lot of guards die in this game. Joker's pretty cool to people. Dr. Young is killed as soon as she had no use in the story, and I would say that the atmosphere is a little bit foreboding. But the thing I love is that this game feels like more like an adventure than anything, and the other games level up the deaths to the thousands anyway. I can hop on this game anytime and be at any progress and still have a fun time. Even if you completed the story, it gave me the most fun with hunting down Riddler's trophies. They're not stupid puzzles like the other games. They're just neat little locations that you have to explore the confines of the asylum as much as possible to collect. Now, I will say there are a few things in this game that bug me, but they're mainly insignificant. The first is the atrocious beginning walkthrough. This game is iconic. A lot of people have played it, and everyone who's played it knows exactly what I'm talking about. The beginning walkthrough of intensive treatment is cool in theory, but having a very limited walking speed, along with having to do a long Killer Croc cutscene, makes it hard for me to want to start a new story sometimes. It literally takes 10 minutes to get into the first bout of combat, but it's not that big of a deal. The only other real problem I have with this game is the barrenness of free play and exploring. When you complete the game, it is the most depressing thing to come back later to a quiet and desolate asylum. It would have been cool to just have troves of enemies walking around, maybe a few of the lunatics to watch out for at the entrances of the buildings. Obviously, the free play aspect has nothing to do with continuity, so it wouldn't be the worst thing to just have the asylum still be occupied by a couple of criminals. However, the game really makes up for it with some of the exploring of the island later if you're doing the Riddler challenges, which, by far, I think the Riddler challenges are a big aspect of having fun when you play this game. One of the cooler parts of the scenery in this game is that so many secrets are hidden under the surface that you could explore for hours and not find them all. While some of the secrets are intentional, you'll find them when doing the Riddler challenges. They're still cool. The Ra's al Ghul Easter egg is probably the most obvious, but it's still fun. And yes, I do pronounce that as Ra's and not Roz, like from the movies. And that's a great word to describe this game. Fun. I have way more fun playing this game than Arkham City. Arkham City made the grave mistake of making it less whimsical and adventurous. It was more focused. And honestly, I think it hurt the franchise as a whole. If you take Arkham Asylum and Knight and compare them, they don't even feel like the same Batman series. It's because as the games went on, they got more and more serious, to the point where it just became a muddled mess in terms of story. Arkham Asylum is simple and to the point. Literally, just catch the Joker. Obviously, we end up having to deal with Titan later, but the main objective is still to stop the Joker. In Arkham Knight, it's way too messy. First, it's just keep the city from devolving into chaos and stopping Scarecrow from detonating Ace chemicals as some kind of bomb. Simple enough, simple objective. But then you add the Arkham Knight, and it's a bit of an objective to find out who he is and how to stop him. Then Barbara Gordon's kidnapped, and it becomes about saving her. Then they literally stop the main story to show you that Riddler abducted Catwoman and that we need to go save her. Fine, whatever, we can do that. Then we have to go to Stav's airships to stop Scarecrow from using his backup plan. No. It's ridiculous and an insult to my intelligence to say that most of this game's story comes from Scarecrow's backup plan. That's dumb, but okay. Then we pretty much take a complete 180 and Barbara Gordon fake dies. Then we have to go deal with another 4 Jokers. The 4 Jokers section of this game is literally 4 times the amount of objectives than Asylum. And you know what? We're not even done with the game yet! Back to the main point of the video, Arkham Asylum is simple and effective in its storytelling, and it's not trying to be too serious for itself. It's literally an original and fresh Batman adventure where we have to stop the Joker and whatever he's trying to do to Gotham. Yes, that sentence literally describes 1,000 Batman comics. And guess what? Those are some of the best comics of all time. But imagine actually playing through one with the perfect free flow combat and stealth introduced in this game. Now, admittedly, Arkham Knight and Origins do combat a little bit better, although Knight is still too easy and has Batman rely on his car too much. In Arkham City, I don't think the combat and stealth changed enough to talk about it, but the mechanics did get a bit refined and polished. However, this game notably paved the way for a ton of the mainstream superhero games we see today. Spider-Man, Deadpool, Gotham Knights, and probably a few others I'm missing. It's just so good. The problem with the other games in the Arkham series is that they strayed too far from where the lightning struck, and the developers thought we were enjoying the combat systems and gameplay the most. I would argue that this story is just as big of a factor in this game as the combat. Arkham City's story revolved around Batman being poisoned, which has been done before. However, it still has the best ending of all the Arkham games, with the Joker's death being a cool step in the right direction. But then Origins comes out. Now, I won't lie, people hate on this game way too much. I'd even argue that if you put this game in a vacuum, devoid of context, it's actually really, really good. But Joker's in it again, and they didn't even get the same guys last time to play it. I see this complaint as completely valid. Going back to the origin of the story just to introduce a villain that we've beaten twice, not cool, especially when you change a big aspect of him. However, I don't think that it's that bad here. At least Joker actually has a place in the story, and it's cool to see that he was literally just a criminal and not really what we know him as today. At least before he met Batman. And then came an Arkham Knight. Arkham Knight's use of the Joker is egregious, to say the least. He has no place in the story, and it's a huge retcon to say that they missed some of the blood that Joker shipped out in Arkham City. We know for a fact that Arkham City's story takes place over the span of about 10 hours. If Joker really had been shipping out the blood, it would have probably taken way longer to get the blood to be that much of an issue within the city. Another problem, even though this is more of an Arkham City complaint, is that Batman was literally injected with the Titan at the end of Arkham Asylum. He fought it off and cured himself, yeah, but wouldn't the long-lasting effects have remained? Or is it just canonical that literally everyone who took Titan in Asylum died? Because a lot of people were infected with it. To keep it simple, Joker shouldn't be in Arkham Knight. Not after being in Origins and City. If he wasn't in Origins or City, it wouldn't have been so bad in Knight, because after City I think they integrated him well and kept him in character aside from the retcons. But him being in 4 games simply was not a good writing idea, and it really didn't work out. Heck, he felt old in City, and then we got him 2 games after that. Okay, lightning round. Arkham Asylum is a 10, Arkham City is a 6, Arkham Origins is an 8, don't at me, and Arkham Knight is a 4. Just so you know, this scoring system is slightly biased, but mostly objective, and Arkham City isn't as good as I remember, and Arkham Origins isn't as bad as people were saying. But they're both fun games, and Asylum is better than both of them, so it doesn't really matter. And Knight, with an extremely flawed story and too much Batmobile, took a step in the right direction with combat and stealth. Though you probably want to play on the hardest difficulty to get a sense of what I'm talking about with that. Alright guys, this is the end of the video. As always, this review took me a long time to make, so if you could subscribe, that would make me happy, and it'd make me feel like I actually accomplished something. Or don't, that's also fine. Play nice, people.